What's up, YouTube? Today we have an article titled Random Thoughts 8 written by Dissention. Dissention is a blogger, and on his blog, he was speaking about how he's been reading PUA posts and what their opinion on game is, and he's realizing that there's a divide. Some PUAs believe that game gives false hope to many men, and that most women aren't really affected by game. And the other perspective is PUAs believe that most men cannot really learn game, and that starting that attraction or being that alpha or beta is more of a genetically determined event. So when it comes to these different types of men and how they approach to getting sex, it's going to vary. And so there are three main ways to get sex. One of the ways that quote unquote an alpha would get sex is that it comes across as an asshole. Not necessarily being an asshole, but it comes across as an asshole. Because he's being perceived that way by a woman, they are naturally attracted to him. So Dissention is saying that if you are an asshole, chances are you'll get sex, right? And then the other way to get sex, there are men that are trying to impress a woman. If a woman is impressed with your alpha, you get sex. Kind of like, hey, I'm doing this nice thing for you, and I want you to reward me with sex. Right? Kind of like pedestalizing a woman. And then the third option, which is outside of the previous two domain, is simply paying for sex, right? Maybe you don't have time to indulge a woman, or maybe you couldn't really give a fuck. You're just trying to get the nut off, right? So you pay for sex. And Dissension is saying that in general, the easiest way to get sex is to be an asshole. However, a lot of men aren't really an asshole or don't want to come across as an asshole, or maybe they're just not comfortable with that. So he's saying that you don't have to be an asshole, but that's definitely the easiest way to get sex. And Dissension is saying that the worst way to get sex is to pedestalize a woman, right? To do the socially conventional approved way of getting a woman. And he believes that this is absolutely the worst way to improve your odds, and he says don't even bother trying. Go a different route. So continuing, Dissension believes that game works only for one reason, and that's because it's a numbers game. The more you practice, the more it's going to encourage men to hit on as many women as they can, and from that experience, they learn not to suffer from one-itis. And by increasing the amount of approaches and treating women with a degree of contempt, then it increases your success. So the more practice you get out with talking to a woman, the more practice you get on trying to date a woman, the more practice and the more times you do it, the better you are at just getting with women. So he has that kind of idea going. The more you do, the better your chance. And he believes that game has had a great impact on men, because by practicing game, it's helped men realize that women aren't made of sugar and spice and everything nice. That was just some fantasy that was put into their head based on their social condition. And so, in effect, by destroying the illusion, it allows men to not let women get away with a lot of the BS that they do. Men would currently think that women are better than them, but in his opinion, by practicing game and destroying the illusion, they'll no longer think that women are better than them. And so this destruction of the illusion, however, would normally occur when a man has been in a relationship for a very long time, right? He's been married, he has kids, been a couple of years with the same chick. But the thing is, by the time he realizes that, normally it's already too late. And so by approaching women, and lots of them, Dissension realizes that game is a great teacher for men. It teaches them how to face their fears. It teaches them how to develop their confidence, how to handle rejection, and face conflict. It also teaches them that they shouldn't trust a woman, right? They're emotional creatures, and they're gonna find out that men cannot get the same type of love they give a woman from a woman to a man. So you can't depend on a woman, and you kill your one-itis. And that's probably the biggest thing, is that realizing that just this one woman isn't the end-all be-all, right? There's many women out there having that abundance mindset. Like killing the one-itis, you kill the illusion, right? Women are not sugar and spice and everything. And one tip that he says that you'll get from game if you practice it is that you realize that when a woman doesn't want to associate with you and maybe be social with you, she's gonna treat you the way she'll treat a man that doesn't like, or even a woman that she doesn't like. And so what he states is that if you do the reverse of that, right? If you treat a woman as if she is a man you don't like or a woman you don't like, that you'll wind up seeing that generates attraction from her. And lastly, he says you're going to learn to not apologize to a woman, right? It makes no sense to. They're not logical, they're emotional. Apologizing will make you weak, and it's just a lose-lose. Okay, so that was the article for today, Random Thoughts by Dissension. And again, the link will be in the description below. And I really appreciate you guys for stopping by. Please hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.